We are budgeting, we are prepping, we are saving money wherever we can, but we are also going to enjoy our food. Hey everyone, what is up and welcome back. Today I'm sharing with you sort of a typical grocery haul in my household of two. I have made the transition, or more of a transition, to an ingredient household. If you are new to the channel, probably, I don't know, over 6 months ago, almost a year ago probably, and I have been loving food prepping and making more items from scratch than I ever did before. Now, I am not an expert on making things from scratch. I'm still learning, and I consider myself a learner, but making simple things like homemade biscuits, homemade cornbread, and more items like that than buying store-bought and frozen. I do still purchase, you know, some prepared snacks and items for the house and for my daughter as well. So by no means am I living a, I don't want to say perfect, whatever. This is just how we live. So I thought I would go ahead and share with you our grocery haul for the week, a meal plan, and some sort of prepping or behind the scenes of what I've made this week to feed my daughter and myself, and also try to save money. I have some financial goals heading out soon into the future, so we are budgeting, we are prepping, we are saving money wherever we can, but we are also going to enjoy our food. This grocery haul that you will see in today's video ended up lasting, I think I went about 10 days before I went to the grocery store again. I absolutely could have made that last easily another 5 days. I just was craving other produce. So you'll see my kind of thought process going through the grocery haul, the prepping and the meal plan and all of that. Again, we are only a family of two, so I feel like when you talk about the number, it totally depends on your family size and how much protein and what type of protein you desire. So I feel like the number is not very important, but the budgeting, the kind of how we go about it, or I go about it, is what I love to share. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Without too much blabbing, I will jump into it. I just took the time to go ahead and meal plan, figure out what we're going to be having for snacks, fruits, lunches, etc. So I scoured Pinterest and my belly to come up with what I'm kind of craving this week. I know Sydney is very much looking forward to having some salmon, so I put that on the menu. I'm going to be making some cinnamon bagels. I already went through our first batch because they are so good. I'm going to make another batch, but I'm also craving healthier items, fresh fruits and veggies, lighter items, soups. I also have what I'm going to be making from scratch and everything that I need to food prep this week. Some of it's easy, some of it takes a little longer than others. Another thing I really like to do is to go ahead and put all of the groceries in my cart. That way I know, I can stick to a budget. I know what coupons I have, what ingredients I need. And instead of making a paper list, I go ahead and just put it right here in the app, so I can go ahead and check in the store while I am there, make sure I have everything on my list and I don't forget anything, making sure I'm staying to my budget. Some of these items I have special coupons for, so I wouldn't necessarily buy all the time. Any guesses on how much this grocery haul cost? I will let you know in 2 seconds. I did have a bunch of coupons. I had about $20 worth of coupons just because the end of the quarter they do some rewards, and then a fresh month, they do some as well. So after the $20-ish worth of coupons, I paid $99 for this. I wanted to stick to around $100 because that's what my budget was for today. And I also want to really try my hardest to extend my grocery shopping to, I really want to get to every 2 weeks-ish. I had to be flexible because some of the things that I wanted were out of stock. So we were flexible. We will see how long this lasts. I did go to Costco before Christmas too. I have an 18 count of eggs. I think I just have 2 left in my fridge. So I grabbed 18 eggs. I was craving, I'm on a Olipop kick. Now I know this is expensive, but I went ahead and grabbed 2 of them. I grabbed a cream soda and a root beer. I do love one of these here and there. They are a nice little treat for myself. We have some lettuces. These were on sale for $2.50 each. So I grabbed a spring mix. Sorry about the lighting. The sun is in and out right now. A spring mix and then a baby spinach. I always like to do salads and throw spinach in my eggs and on sandwiches. We have 1 bell pepper. I was gonna go ahead and get a 3-pack of rainbow pepper, but I had to pivot with budget, so I went with just 1. Blackberries were on sale for $2.49, so I went ahead and grabbed blackberries instead of blueberries this week since these were on sale, and these are gonna be delicious in yogurt parfaits. I love blackberries in those, and then whatever we don't use before they expire, I can throw in the freezer for smoothies and such. I have a bag of lemons. I usually only buy 1 or 2 at a time, but I use lemons so much. It's so much easier for me to just grab bags of them at a time, and plus they last a really long time in the fridge. As well, I have some carrots. These are just a lot cheaper than doing the full carrot sticks. So I went ahead and grabbed a thing of carrots and a bag of gala apples. I'm trying so hard to grab produce that will last. So like berries and things that I can go ahead and eat right now, and then things that we can eat in about a week or so that will still be good. So I have a bag of gala apples as well as some grapefruit. Now I do have some oranges already in the fridge from our Costco haul. So apples, oranges, grapefruit, citrusy items last a long time. I do have 3 mangoes. Love mangoes in our house, and these were on sale as well. So for the soup, I'm making that potato leek soup. I needed some chives and thyme. Whatever I don't use, I will go ahead and dry in my dehydrator so that they don't go bad. I did have to pivot and get organic leeks, which were $3 more than the regular. Like I said, I just cut budget elsewhere. 3 avocados, always doing avocado on sandwiches and avocado toast. I wanted to grab low sodium chicken broth. This is just a staple in my pantry at all times. I do have, I think, 1 container in my pantry now, and then maybe like a half of 1 in my fridge. I have to go ahead and check. So I always want to have at least 2 or 3 on hand at a time. So 2 of the low sodium chicken broth. I actually wanted a vegetable broth, but they were out. These are random items that I bought only because I had a coupon for. I got a ready rice basmati rice because I had 75 cents off of that. Never tried these, but again, I had a $1 off coupon, which made these $1.99. So these are organic chocolate chip granola bars. These are going to be nice to have when I don't have the homemade version on hand. Easy grab and go item for Sydney. I had a coupon for this, making it really cheap, $1.99. So a Jif natural creamy peanut butter. More produce. I have a head of garlic, some vine ripened tomatoes. I just grabbed 2 of those. I did want to grab a 2-pound bag of yellow onion, but they were completely out. They had a 5-pound bag, which I don't even have space for. So I just grabbed a couple of yellow onion. Maybe the next time I see them with the 2-pound bag, I will grab them, because yellow onion, or onion in general, and garlic last a really long time, so it's okay to stock up as long as you store them correctly. They will last a long time. It was like $1 something. This is peanut butter fudge explosion ice cream. It is Friday night when I'm filming this, and so maybe Sydney and I will have this as a movie night treat. I do love making homemade ice cream, but this was so cheap. I mean, come on, I couldn't pass it up, and peanut butter is my favorite. My plan this week is to have lots of yogurt parfaits. I'm going to make a homemade chocolate granola, and I'm going to put it on the vanilla Siggies with maybe some blackberries. I have heavy whipping cream. This is just something that I always want to have on hand. These are the yogurt fruit smoothies, and Sydney loves these. Super easy to pack in her lunchbox as a quick snack at school. She's going to be so stoked for dinner tonight. She's been asking for salmon. Now, I don't eat seafood personally. It's just I'm a picky eater, I guess. And so this is really easy because it's already cooked and I can just put it in the microwave, but she loves it, says it's delicious. It's a Mediterranean salmon, and I did have a $3 off coupon. I really don't want to buy these unless I have that coupon because they are so expensive for a one meal situation, but salmon is so good for you. And so I always feel really good giving Sydney things that I don't cook or eat myself. That way she has a wide variety in her life. Sour cream, again, another thing that, you know, I'm always needing for recipes. Unsalted butter. I have milk as well. We have 1% milk. Now I do still have almost an entire half gallon of milk in the fridge still already. So I think we will be good with milk for a couple of weeks. I don't drink it myself. I use it in recipes, but Sydney drinks it. Not a ton, but at least maybe like a glass every day, or maybe obviously with cereal as well. And I grabbed some shredded cheeses. Now I am on a huge blocked cheese kick and shredding my own, but these were on massive sale, so I grabbed them. We have a pizza blend shredded cheese and a thick cut Mexican style cheese. Love the thick cut on salads. If you've been following me for years and years, you know that I always buy the Coffee Mate sugar-free hazelnut creamer. It's just my favorite. And guess what? I think I finally made a switch to the Chobani creamer. It's a little bit better. It does still have natural flavor, you know, in it, but it's just milk, cream, sugars, and it's actually delicious. So I have the caramel macchiato right now. I haven't tried the sweet cream. I want to try that next. I do love the hazelnut, but I can only find that at one specific natural food store, and I didn't want to go to a second store today. So I grabbed the caramel macchiato, which is delicious. I have some fresh chicken tenders. I do have a frozen chicken on hand as well. So I only grabbed one thing of that. And then I went ahead and grabbed a rotisserie chicken. This is a hot Applewood smoked rotisserie chicken. It was on sale. Otherwise, I usually grab the seasoned one. I'm going to go ahead and chill this and shred it for some chicken salad sandwiches this week. So that is what I got at the grocery store. I have water, I have seltzer, I have lots of Baby Bell cheese and other things that are already in the fridge. So we should be good for quite a while. Fingers crossed. All right, now that you saw the grocery haul, I'm terrible sometimes at remembering to film behind the scenes a little bit of what I am making. I did make that potato leek soup. Forgot to film it for YouTube, but I do have a little clip that I shared on Instagram that was so good. And did we have leftovers, or did we just plow through it that entire night? I think we ended up having just a little bit of leftovers, and that is something I want to make again in this very near future. I've made a bunch of other things, but today I want to make cinnamon bagels. I have some English muffins left in my freezer, but I like to have more options for easy breakfast items for my daughter going to school, kind of hurrying up out the door, but I want her to have something, you know, that's gonna satiate her for a little bit. So we're gonna make cinnamon bagels next, or at least start prepping those, and then we will get to prepping probably hummus. That is super quick and easy to make. We have lots of fresh veggies for dipping those in, and pretzels and crackers and all of that too. This is my second time making these cinnamon bagels and they are so delicious. I will of course have the recipe linked in the caption down below. The only thing is I'm constantly tweaking recipes that I find on Pinterest to my likings. So I didn't make this recipe the exact way that they have it. I omitted some of the like cinnamon chips and white chocolate chips it called for, and I also cut the recipe in half just because there's only 2 of us. I probably should have made a full recipe since I put half in the freezer, but these are so good. I do serve them with a maple butter for breakfast. Sydney and I actually just had one today. So good. And I have made homemade hummus, I think many times on my channel. Incredibly easy. I just do an easy one with tahini, chickpeas, lemon juice, garlic, cumin, salt, a little bit of olive oil. The trick to getting really fluffy hummus is to stream in some cold ice water or just really cold water, and that makes it nice and fluffy. Store this in the fridge, and we eat it with pretzels and veggies throughout the week, and it's a great source of protein, and it's so inexpensive to make from home. Once you have the tahini on hand, you can just make it at leisure with like 80-cent canned garbanzo beans. Next up, I wanted to go ahead and make some chocolate granola. Now, I love having parfaits in the morning, and this chocolate granola was one of my favorites. I think my daughter is not the largest chocolate fan, so she prefers the regular kind of like a vanilla one with nuts, but this one has coconut oil, maple syrup, cocoa powder. I did put some chopped almonds in there, oats, of course, some chia seeds. If I can remember exactly my recipe, I will also link that one down below. Like I said, I love prepping breakfast items because that is when, I'm waking up, getting my daughter out the door for school, and she wakes up immediately hungry as well. So I want to have just things that I can make very quickly and grab. So I always prep these protein pancakes. Now I am just using up the rest of the mix that I got from Costco, which is I think it's Kodiak protein pancake mix, and so I just made a batch of those for the freezer, and then our favorite chocolate chip peanut butter granola bars that I will not bore you with again, but I've made so many times. Again, the recipe will be linked in the caption down below. I also have been loving these homemade brownies. I keep this homemade brownie mix right on this shelf and go ahead and prep them. I have never made homemade brownies before using this, and these are just as good. My only recommendation is to use the highest quality cocoa powder, and that makes the hugest difference. I prefer Ghirardelli personally, and a little shot of some chicken noodle soup that I also made this week. Something that's played a huge role in me being able to save money on groceries has been not wasting so much food and learning how to store items properly or learning to utilize my freezer. I'm embarrassed to admit that in the years past, I didn't know how to store food or leftovers properly, and I would just end up throwing away most leftovers since I'm not the largest fan of them. Sometimes I'll, have a giant batch of soup and I would eat some leftovers but then leave the rest in the fridge and let it go to waste. And so I've truly learned to utilize my freezer and Google how I can store things to make them last longer, like simple things like celery and carrots that prefer a little bit of water in an airtight container, or, wrapping herbs in a wet towel or paper towel to have them last longer. So I highly recommend, if you're finding yourself wasting food a lot, you're just throwing money away. And sorry, a crow flew by my window and now I am distracted and forgot what I was saying. Just learning how to not waste food will truly help stretch your budget. I'm not sure if I mentioned this when I was prepping my list, but I also watch sales on items that I buy often. So we love our mangoes and avocados in this house, but they vary in price from week to week. So when they go on sale, I usually stock up. That is when I buy that said item. Or berries can range from $7.99 to $2.50, or maybe even as low as $2 when they have an excess. And so I just base what is on sale for the week, on what I'm going to be buying and purchasing for the week. And for the most part, I try to buy it only when it's on sale, if I can do so. I found the more that I stock up on the ingredient items, the more that I'm able to stretch my budget as well. Knowing kind of what my family eats or what I enjoy cooking and what ingredients I use the most out of, the more I can kind of figure out budget. So eggs, we obviously use, you know, eggs in baking and for breakfast and things, and so buying the larger pack that has the lower unit price. Really try to buy things that have, you know, an extended shelf life, or buying that extra half gallon of milk helps at a time versus, you know, running out of milk and then going to the grocery store every 5 days, or running out of this and running out of that. The more times I step foot into the grocery store, the more I'm spending on items that I don't need. I never go in and just buy the milk. I'm always joking in my vlogs or in my grocery hauls that, you know, oh, I'm just gonna have it's just a small grocery haul. I just need chicken, I just need eggs. And then I always spend $50. Somehow I either, you know, I just feel like the more I go into the grocery store, the more I'm spending. So I'm really, really trying to not do that, to limit my trips to the grocery store, limit how much food waste I am having. The more ingredients I have, the more I feel like I can buy $50 worth of groceries but have enough for the week, because I do have items in my pantry to make crackers with or whatever, instead of stocking up on all of the pre-made items for convenience. Now, I understand time can be an issue, so if you just, you know, make something here and there, make a large batch of bagels or a large batch of English muffins today, you can freeze a bunch of them and have some for the week ahead or weeks ahead, a little at a time. So if you can try to, I don't know, I'm not telling you what to do, but this is just what I do. And I know I'm very blessed that I am able to stay home and, you know, make things throughout the week. But if you are limited on time, I highly recommend trying to make things here and there and learn how to store the extras, whether it be in the freezer or, you know, in airtight containers so that they last longer. Just trying to show you what we do personally.